Hey everyone, welcome to another great episode of the Smooth Business Growth Podcast, where we share 15 minutes of fast-paced, pure marketing strategies proven to move the needle in your business. I'm your host and captain, Lyndsay Phillips, and I am the founder of Smooth Sailing Business Growth, where we help busy entrepreneurs attract and acquire customers faster through powerful and consistent content marketing. In fact, if you go to smoothbusinessgrowth.com at the end of the show, you can download your social media roadmap to help you do just that. So, as entrepreneurs and online marketers, including you listeners, having membership-based programs and, of course, membership sites, they aren't all created equal. So I'm super pumped to be chatting with WP-Tonic founder Jonathan Denwood, and he's going to share how to build profitable online courses and membership sites with the flexibility of my favorite thing is WordPress. So let's set sail. Welcome aboard, Jonathan.
That's great, Lyndsay. It's great joining the captain on her ship.
Fabulous. And of course, I had such a great time being on your podcast show, which we just shared recently. So that was super fab. So you have such a wealth of information and knowledge of WordPress, dealing it with so heavily. So I was like, oh man, I have to have you on the show. So, and membership, I love membership programs. I love that as an added revenue stream, whether it's an online course or a subscription type scenario. But that member area and how you set it up, it can make or break client retention. Can you share what makes a great membership site?
Well, I think really it's some of the soft issues, Lyndsay. It's really focusing on those initial couple courses on micro problems of really answering some real key pain points that your audience has, and not attempting to build initially some mega course that covers every problem to target audience, because it's going to take forever, that life can intervene, and you also need the feedback of your audience to write a big course. So you're better off really doing what I call some micro courses, 12 lessons, and really understanding a specific problem or micro problems in that course and answering them, and really developing a bit like your podcast. Make the videos no longer than 10 minutes long, and really answering and getting that initial feedback to help you build that bigger course.
That's awesome. Now, with the platform or the user experience, is there a certain format or look or tech you should have?
Well, keep it simple at the beginning, because you need that feedback. So fundamentally, all these hosted solutions, or the best solution, which is obviously WordPress, they always have a combination of quizzes, video, text, assessments, and and also you have gamification, which is badges, tick marks. That combination is fundamentally seen in all the leading learning management systems, and it's combining those. But it's basically keeping it short, keep it focused, don't have a ton, throw the kitchen sink on that initial course, because you're going to get lost. It's, keep it focused.
That's a good point. So from what I'm hearing, that you don't necessarily need all those fancy bells and whistles.
No, that's the other thing. People think they're going to have to throw all that in on their course. I don't agree with that, because you've got to get a feel, whatever platform you're going to choose to be your tool. You've got to get used to the tool. You've got to get used to, so just key on a couple of the key functionality and make that as superb experience as you can. The videos, basically with the video, which is going to be one of your main tools, is funny enough, it's the sound quality that really matters.
Interesting.
So getting a really good quality mic which is inexpensive still.
Totally.
Like the mic I'm using here is a USB mic. What that means is you can plug it straight into your PC or Mac.
Yeah.
And there isn't a external mixer that you have to muck around with. But you get really fantastic sound with a decent USB mic. And that's one of the main things that you should be concentrating on when it comes to your videos, because I'm using a reasonably inexpensive webcam to communicate with you. And I think you would agree that the picture quality isn't terrible.
Yeah, totally. And the sound's great.
Yeah, but the sound quality, people will not tolerate really bad sound quality in your training videos.
Well, it makes it harder to learn what you're there to do in the first place, right?
Yeah, but I thought I would point that out, Lyndsay, because it's a little bit counterintuitive, because people think, it's got to be, you've got to have the most expensive camera, it's got to be 3K video.
Yeah.
But what we really concentrated in is on the sound quality.
And it's like you said, keep it simple, going back to the foundation. Now, I know there's so many options out there in regards to, what do you call them? Learning management systems. Systems, yes. I love that term. So what kind of options are there out there, and why is WordPress the best solution?
Well, I would say you got WordPress, and you got a couple leading plugins that help you build a really effective learning management system stroke membership website. And what really a learning management system, either a WordPress plugin or a fully hosted solution, it gives you an interface, a back-end interface that you can use, and also provides an interface for your students, and it just keeps the courses. Fundamentally, if you were doing one course, you probably don't need a learning management system. But because you're, start off with a simple course and then build up after that first initial course, it's probably best to learn at the beginning and start off with a learning management system, rather than having to integrate it or move to a new platform after your second, third course.
Right.
So I think it's best to start with one, but they only really and it does really help structure your courses, and they have all these like quizzes, assessments already plugged in, as I would say. So to get back to your original question, well, you got hosted, which you're leasing a platform. It's like leasing a home. You're building a business on somebody else's property, basically.
That's true. I never thought of it that way.
So, and that has, just like leasing an apartment or leasing a house rather than buying, in the right circumstances, that's a good decision. In other circumstances, that probably isn't the best decision. So it really depends where you are. And the leading three, there's a host of others, but the leading three, which have consistency of improving their platform, have been around a reasonable amount of time, and have a business model that seems to be reasonably successful, so they will still be around next year. Can you imagine building a whole course out?
Oh my God.
And then they disappear?
That would be hell on wheels.
So going to somebody that might have been recommended to you but hasn't got a track record, I don't think that would be a great idea. And the three I would say is Teachable, Thinkific, and Kajabi. They're the three that got a track record.
Yeah.
And when it comes to actual interface, key functionality, I would say the two leading are Learnable and Kajabi.
Yeah, and to me, it's like learning a whole new world. It's like that for me. That's why WordPress, because I already know it inside, like at the back of it. So having a membership site in the back end of WordPress it's like a comfort zone, right? Whereas like the thought of learning a new, platform, I'm like, oh my God, I don't have time for
So
this.
when we come, so when we come to WordPress, we're building our own house. We're building our
Love
own
that.
home. And we can utilize the services of a company like WP-Tonic or any other quality company that specializes in WordPress. But in the end, if you ever got fed up, you can move it somewhere else and it's yours.
Yeah.
And you can get it reset up and it's your property. So that's the difference. When it comes to WordPress, Lyndsay, the two main, it's very similar to the fully hosted solutions. There are a number of WordPress plugins, but the two that I think have the combination that they've got companies that have been in the business for a while, they have a very large user base, they're financially stable, and they're putting their money back into their product, and it's getting better. The two leading are Lifter LMS and LearnDash. They're the two leading WordPress plugins that I would recommend.
So they are, out of curiosity, because I know Wishlist, I know MemberPress. Is it basically like a different version of that, or like how is that different?
Well, the two I recommended are learning management systems.
Oh, okay.
The ones you mentioned are membership plugins.
Oh.
And thank you for pointing that out, because it does cause confusion. And I'm going to cause even a little bit more confusion here. One of the main differences between Lifter LMS and LearnDash is that Lifter comes with its own basic membership functionality inbuilt, and but with LearnDash you have to buy the membership functionality.
Right.
So the plugins you just mentioned, which are membership, you actually have to buy one of those with LearnDash. But I've got to say that the membership plugin which I really recommend and push is MemberPress.
Oh, okay.
That is the one. It's highly flexible. It's one of the more modern in UX design, and it works really fantastic with LearnDash.
That's good to know, because I mean, if you were starting on your own with WordPress and creating a membership site, it's like, oh my God, you don't even know where to start. And then you like what plugins work well together and which ones don't. It's like a whole different world out there. So thank God there's people that make sense of it all.
Well, the strength of WordPress when it comes to membership plugins specifically is that there's over 30 membership plugins. There's about half a dozen that I would recommend, and there's probably 6 of those that I would really regularly recommend, and there's probably 3 that I have used on any kind of regular basis. MemberPress is one of them, and there's a couple others. But what that membership plugin does specifically with LearnDash is you've got such micro control over different memberships. If you want sub-administrators that can sign up their own students, you have affiliates. There's so much flexibility that you get to WordPress. You're not confined by a SaaS platform, which will say to you, well, we might be building that functionality out in about a year. So we'll get back to you.
I like how you have control over it within your own site. Now, if someone has already courses on Gumroad or Thinkific or whatever it may be, is it easy for you to transfer that over to WordPress?
Unfortunately, because it can be done, but they don't make it easy. That's why it's great hiring a company like us, because we have to do it manually, take the content, put it in. They are not none of these fully hosted systems.
Oh, heck no.
Offer. But the great news is with Lifter LMS and also with LearnDash, they offer both of them offer a mechanism where you can export the data, and it's recognized. It's in a format that's recognized in WordPress, and you
Sweet.
can normally put it into another WordPress plugin system really easily, which is totally the opposite to what I've just described
Yeah.
with the hosted solutions. No, to answer you, but I say no, it's just easier to hire a company like us.
But that's what I was saying. Like you can take someone's stuff and reset it up type thing.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then just so people kind of understand the context of how you work, so you create these membership sites, online courses, whatever you want to call them, transfer them over, but you also help maintain it ongoing. Is that accurate?
Yeah, we offer a hybrid. We offer a turnkey solution where we have two different levels. We have a starter level and we have a growth level. We call it our essential and our growth plan. And we offer all these great WordPress plugins and also a hosting, because you need quality hosting.
Yeah.
It's one of the main things.
Right.
So include really great hosting, all the plugins, and ongoing support by us. And we offer those two platforms if you want just to do it yourself, basically.
Yeah.
And then we offer, we do it for you, which basically, if you've got a site in Kajabi and you want it migrated, we can do that. And then we can set up a website for you. We have over 100 professionally designed themes.
Oh.
You can select one of those and alter it yourself, or you can hire us and we can alter the home page, some of the other key pages, and that's included in our do it for you package.
Sweet deal. So you're like soup to nuts.
Yes, for those that need to concentrate on their business, but
oh my gosh,
partner and don't want the hassle of having to worry about updating a WordPress plugin at a crucial moment, or dealing with a hosting company. One phone, one email address, one phone number, your problems are fixed.
I like that idea. Now, what are some of the biggest headaches or stumbling blocks that people have when it comes to WordPress? Like, what do people get stuck with the most? Not to say that it's a problem, just as an entrepreneur, we're wearing so many hats.
I think it doesn't I think the main problem also can include the full SaaS products, is that you get caught up in technology, looking at every plugin. Like I say, there must be a dozen learning management system plugins in the WordPress world. There's over 30 membership plugins.
Dang.
There's also, I think the other factor, so basically you can get caught up in paralysis,
Totally.
Where we've chosen the best of breed. Why
do all that research?
So we give you the recommendations. Like with our turnkey, we recommend Lifter LMS, but we can also change that to LearnDash, and we're building out a couple of websites at the present moment for clients where Lifter LMS wasn't the best choice, so we're using LearnDash. But you need some advice to know that. So that's the basic thing. You can spend months looking at all these online solutions, and then you can spend months looking at the WordPress solutions. What does that mean? That means you're not got your course up. Totally. You're not making any money.
Totally. I love that. And so obviously it makes more sense for you to speak to someone to understand what they're trying to accomplish, what kind of membership program they have, what kind of user experience they want, and kind of where they're at in their business.
That's right. And I offer a 30-minute totally free consultation, which you can book straight on the homepage on the WP-Tonic website. And that's why I offer it, because I do need to know something about the client, and what their requirements. I spoke to a client yesterday that, and it looks like we're going to do the project for them, and they're on Kajabi, and they want to move to WordPress. They wasn't even aware of WordPress, but they got very frustrated. They started talking to some people, and then they found us, and they're delighted because they want to get away from Kajabi and the restrictions that they're facing on that platform.
That makes sense. And I saw in your information that WordPress platform actually powers 33% of all websites on the internet. I'm like, that's pretty hefty. And
it's going to grow. I personally feel in the next 2 years it will be over 50%. And I think fundamentally it will become the kind of operating system of the web. It will have the same domination as what Microsoft has in Office software. I think it will get to the stage where people, if you're not on WordPress, people think, well, that's strange.
Yeah, totally. Honestly, when people tell me that they're on, and I'm not going to mention what they are, but I was like, really? I'm still like, you're using something that's not WordPress? I think that's so strange. But that's how my mind works.
Well, you're a marketing professional, and
there you go.
how many marketing agencies, aren't using WordPress for their own website?
Yeah. Not many.
And if you did know somebody, you would think it was a little bit odd, wouldn't you?
I know, I do. That's so funny. Well, of course, this week's 50-minute cruise to move the needle in your business has come to an end. It goes by fast. But you've given us some great information on why WordPress is, the best tool for any membership program, course. You've shared what plugins are the best to use and how to start simple. So thanks for those great tips.
Oh, it's the main thing is solve that problem, find a good partner when it comes to technology. Don't try and do it all yourself. Like I say, we offer do-it-yourself products and for you, but the main thing is the great thing is you've got somebody in the background if you do get stuck that you can get advice from. So that's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a partnership, right? And so I'll have your URL, WP-Tonic.com and stuff on the show notes, of course. So thanks again, Jonathan. And of course, folks, if you're looking to achieve faster growth through content marketing and sales funnels, look no further than smoothbusinessgrowth.com. So have a profitable and productive week, folks, and may the winds always be at your back.